life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winner's side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? Blue ready. Set back for the shot. I got you.
This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
Peyton Barber, a surprise workhorse for the Buccaneers in 2018. I don't think they expected him to have 234 carries, but he certainly felt like he could carry the load and just carried it there for a nice gain.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's 3rd and short. And a peek now at the offense for Tampa Bay.
Peyton Barber had his best year running the football in 2018, and he was 9th in the league last year in rushing attempts. The only issue, yards per carry. Total yards under 900. New head coach Bruce Arians, he believes he can improve his efficiency.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
He's coming. We got double.
They'll try and run here with Barber. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Now, they've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. What you got?
On 2nd down, Barber. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Look, a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
Under a heavy rush, possession. Down he goes. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Winston leaves it with Barber on the draw. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. On 3rd down, Winston. Out to the left there, complete to Howard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down now. It's Barber. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
Jameis throwing here. That's complete to Perriman. And he gets it down to the 32. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Back to the running game with Barber. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
First down, they go with Barber again. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the 16, Winston. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Breeze. And he rifles one incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. And he's got Fitzgerald. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. Gal, the guy has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on 2nd down. Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. But anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. Nice pickup for a 1st down.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now is Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. What's good on the extra point?
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Heading back out there, a look at Peyton Barber. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 9, Winston. This goes to Barber, the running back. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose.
Back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Here's Ginn. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. A big play there out of Kamara. 43 yards on the ground. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Breeze now to throw. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Hey, kill.
Again, it's Breeze. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jared Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium, where the Browns already playing their third primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Let him go.
Jameis to throw it. Over the middle to Evans. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Now Breeze. And he finds Cook. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. Breeze now on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargreaves, the one who was there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he comes back with one complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Yellow lady. I got you.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play, 2nd and 3. Now Breeze again. And And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. The Saints on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So it's halftime here in New Orleans. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And spins away. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here are the Saints to take over. Last week they got a good victory over the Dallas Cowboys, and they are in the driver's seat here right now as well. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. On the ground, this is Kamara. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up. And the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
After the sack on first down, Breeze out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A run, it's Murray. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for a loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible, because right now he is wrecking things for them.
Breeze now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide that they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know, at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Working out of the gun, Winston. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Winston gives to Barber. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Let him know. Let him go.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Come on, fellas.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Coming to you.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze. Over the middle, complete. That's Fitzgerald. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They run it again with Kamara. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Yellow lady. It's our time. It's our time.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On second down, Winston again. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6. And it's third down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. They'll run the draw with Barber. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Bucs go for it. It's Winston. And this is incomplete. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Ready?
Brings up second and 9.
On second down, Kamara. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now Kamara, and he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And Lutz's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Winston. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Winston now. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
Throwing, Winston. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Jameis throwing here. That's complete to Perriman. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Jameis now on 1st down. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Von Bell. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 2nd down, it's Murray, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now, and 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Winston, throw left side complete. That's Barber. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Winston. Evans has it left side. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. The Bucs on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Winston now from the 50. Open man has got one. It's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 35. To throw, Winston. He hits his target, left side, Watson. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. From the red zone now, Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Howard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on...
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their